Hey, I'm Blake Holton from Holton Flowers in beautiful downtown Port Hope. Well, Valentine's Day is just a few days away now, and lots of people are going to be getting a gift of roses on that special day. It's one of my favorite flowers, but like a lot of people, there's one thing that bothers me about roses, and that is that sometimes, you arrange them in a beautiful vase, and a couple of days later you might notice that one or two or all of the rose heads might just flop over. Well, I'm going to tell you that has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of the rose. It has everything to do with simple physics. So here's what happens. Roses are voraciously thirsty. And so when we pack up a dozen to send out on delivery, we put a little water vial on the end of each one. And that keeps moisture going up the stem while they're on delivery. So generally what will happen is the recipient of those beautiful flowers will take a vase out of their cupboard, they'll fill it with water, we would suggest cold water, and they'll arrange all of the greenery and have it all set for the flowers. And then they'll take a flower one by one, pull the vial off of the rose, and give it a fresh cut. But you know what happens when you do that? Roses are voraciously thirsty and they are always trying to suck up water. So when you give it a fresh cut like that, all those little capillaries in the end of the stem are now exposed to air. And instead of sucking up water, because there's none there, they suck up a tiny little bit of air into the capillaries. And then when you arrange it in a vase, it starts to drop water. But the air never leaves the stem. It slowly works its way up the stem to the base of the bloom, followed by water, of course. But once that air bubble gets to the top of the bloom, there's no place for it to go. And the water coming up behind it can't get past the air to feed the bloom. It's kind of like an airlock in a brake line, okay? So here's a suggestion that will help you get the most love and life out of these beautiful flowers. Do what I just said. Fill a vase full of nice cold water, I would suggest. Arrange the greeneries, put in a little pack of plant food that comes with the roses. But before you go any further, let's assume that this glass vase is your kitchen sink. Take your kitchen sink and fill about, 4 or 5 inches of water, cold water again. And as you take out the roses one by one, pull off the water vial, stick it under the water in the sink, and then take a pair of scissors or snips like I have. They're going to get a little bit wet, but don't despair. And just put those snips under the water and give the rose a fresh cut. And here's the deal. Simple physics. When you pull it out of the water, there's a little droplet, a little water droplet hanging off the end of it, and it just keeps it sealed until you put it in the vase. Now it's happy, it's drawing up water, it's going to feed the bloom, but there's no air in the stem to cause that airlock. So you got to promise me something. On February 14th, no matter who it is that gives you a beautiful gift of roses, please fill your vase or fill your sink with water, give it a cut underwater, and put it into the container. You will get so much love and joy out of them, and they should last you for like a week and a half. Every little while you might want to replenish the water that's in the vase with some clean water, but I guarantee you will get the most life out of these beautiful Colombian or Ecuadorian roses. Happy Valentine's Day.